Okay, last time we were here, we used the file manager to edit the index file, the hello world, which you can certainly create pages that way, but that's not very convenient. So I'm going to show you how to do the FTP. I usually use a client called Putty for SSH, which is a secure FTP, but the free account at BuyAtHost does not use SSH. And Putty does not use FTP. So they recommend a tool called FileZilla, which seems to be very similar to WinSCP, which is what I'm used to. But I'm just going to go ahead and use FileZilla since that's what they recommend. I'd already downloaded it and have it running. It's right here. So I was logged in earlier. That's what this is. So just ignore that for now. So first thing we need to do actually is we need to do configuration. So settings. All right, and when we edit a file, we have to show what kind of editor we want to use because what I found earlier is that if you click edit on an HTML file, it actually shows it in the browser. We won't be able to edit it. So for now, I'm just going to use Notepad++. Okay. Let's see, always use default editor. Okay. All right, so now let's get connected to this is the email they sent. When we create the account, I gotta get the host name here. The F, make sure you get the F. And username. And the password when we set up the account. And for FTP, it's port 22. Excuse me, 21. SSH is 22, but you want to use 21 for FTP. Okay, so it's logged in, and what we can see here on the right side is the server. And if you remember, the file manager on the server had the same directory structure. Our HTML files are in here. This is the one that we had created earlier. Let's see if we can. This allow us to edit it. Okay, we're just gonna, because I was practicing earlier. Okay, and Notepad++ opened up. That's right there. We can just change that to and FileZilla. All right. Let's save it. Okay. Upload this file. Yep. Okay. So let's. If we look at this, if we up. I think that's still updating. And FileZilla. Okay. You see how that works. Now, one of the things you can do here is if you're using Xampp, for example, you might have some websites on Xampp. So let's just go to Xampp. All right, and HTTP docs on Xampp. These are all the different websites I've been playing with over a long time. This is okay. Looks like, yeah, this is the midterm exam. Let me go back up. So what we can do here is we can just drag this whole thing over to the web server. Just like say you'd created a website with Xampp. The default location is in the htdocs in Xampp. You can drag it to the htdocs on the server. Just drag it, and let's see. Okay, can we refresh that? Refresh. There it is. Midterm 2. Index. Now if we go back over to our website here, should be able to put in a midterm 2, hopefully. Cross your fingers. Nope. Okay, did a little research. I found out that in this host you can't go directly to a file, so we have to modify our index a little bit. So let's open this up. I'm going to edit it. Okay, we need to just put a link into it here. We'll just put a regular anchor link here, and we're going to point it to the folder where that index file is. So it's there we go. Save it. There we go. So that's the midterm exam. Okay. Okay. So that shows FileZilla and how to upload by FTP. Okay, in our last section we talked about how to FTP using FileZilla. You can also FTP from most of your development tools like NetBeans. That's one that we like to use a lot is NetBeans. So we just set up a new project here for NetBeans, and might as well go ahead and let's do a PHP project since that's going to be the next step. This uploading from the IDE works from NetBeans works either the same way whether it's PHP or FTP. So if you're doing a PHP program project in NetBeans, you first need to add a plugin. So let's show this plugin. This regular PHP plugin is the one that we like the best. If you don't have it already, so you go to available plugins, type in PHP, and you'll see a bunch of them. Um, we like the one that just says plain old PHP. It's not in this list because it's already installed here. So check that, and then you install it, and and then you're ready to go. All right. So now you have your PHP plugin installed. We're going to do a new project. Well, new project. Call it PHP. Oops, we got to select PHP first. PHP application. Okay. Next. Project, we'll just call it demo. right, source folder. Okay, we can leave it in Xampp folder. That way we can also look at it in Xampp. PHP version. Okay, so you have to make sure you use the latest version that's on the server for the best results. So let's go look at the server there. Go back to cPanel. We want to go home. All right, and down here, there's select PHP version. This is what you want to select, the PHP version on the server that you want to use. It says the default version is 5.6. That's fine. So we'll just leave it there. All right. So we're just going to go back to home. 5.6. Go into NetBeans. Select version 5.6. Okay. Next. Okay, run as a local website. Now we could do that if we're running on Xampp. Let's go ahead and do a remote website. Project URL. All right, so now we're going to go back to our configuration information they gave us. Okay, there's the home page is there. So copy that. Okay. Okay, remote connection. We're going to add a new remote connection. Add connection name. Just call it CafeDroid, I guess. That's FTP. Okay, host name. Now I'm gonna FTP host name is here. Port 21. Username. That's the username that we created the account. Password. The same password you used when you signed up. Initial directory. FileZilla. Now the initial directory is here, so we go to htdocs. Okay, test connection. This doesn't test the paths. It just tests if your host name and password is correct. Okay, succeeded. Okay. So we'll say okay here. So remote F site. That's the that's going to be remote connection is CafeDroid. Yeah, we can do that. We'll have to put a link on our index page because you know, like on this host you can't skip over the root directory. You have to go through the root directory. Okay, upload files on run. It's going to upload it to. That's the directory it's going to load it to. Okay. All right. So next, I don't need any frameworks. Next, I just finish. Okay, so now if we just put a something in here, PHP command, echo. Save it. Now if we try to run it, I know this because of the way the billet host is going to try to run it directly. I don't think it'll work, but let's go ahead and select the files we want to upload. We only have one file, so upload it. You can see down here it's got the information. You can watch it. So now it's going to try to start it. Yep, and that's not going to work. Like we know that. Let's go look at the file manager online here. Okay, there's a PHP project demo. That's the one that we uploaded. So we have to add a link in our index file though. Okay, so let's update the index file again. Just copy the name of this folder here. I'm going to edit our index HTML here. Let's just put another we got to make sure we get the capitalization right. And it's index.php. Okay, save it. Let's go back here, refresh this. Oh, I didn't change. I didn't change the. Hold on, let me do this again. I didn't change the word. Actually, it's just save it. Oops. Save it. Back. Refresh. That's better. And there it is. Hello PHP from CafeDroid. Okay.